again. Welcome back to Probably Shouldn't Be Recording This, Season 2, Episode 2, which I am recording 5 minutes after Episode 1, because I had to stop and get some vape juice. I hope all of these turn out well. Like I said, I'm going to try to use intro and outro music, and it's just going to be stuff that's already in the Podbean app itself. It's pretty generic, but it's like I want to make some improvements from season 1 to season 2. So I'm hoping that an intro and an outro can do that for me. We'll see. And just real quickly, this one's going to be my sports focused / just life updates kind of stuff. So, but real quick, my last podcast, I talked about the job turning out to be a big mistake. What I'm doing now is there was a position I had interviewed for before I took this job that I was really excited about, and one that I was really like, I could see myself working there, all of this other kind of stuff. And I reached out to the person that I interviewed with. I said, hey, I'm not sure if you remember me. This job I took isn't really what I had thought it was going to be. And I was just curious if you had any positions that I could maybe be a good fit for. And she responded within like 2-3 minutes and said, hey, that position you interviewed for is still available if you want to do your second interview. So, I did that on Wednesday. And it went really well. The guy that interviewed me said he sees that I could be a really good fit. So I'm hoping to hear from them by the end of the week or the beginning of next week. And that would be amazing. It would be a job that's actually closer to my house. I would make around the same amount of money. And it's a job that I actually really wanted to do. So I really hope that it works out for me, But you always have to have a plan. Guys, when things go sideways, you always have to have a plan. And luckily I did, because if this didn't go well, I was going to reach out to my old employer and say, hey, you guys have any positions that are Monday through Friday with 8 to 4:30, 8 to 5 hours? You guys need an office manager? I'm there. I'm your guy. And it still might come to that, but we're just going to wait and see. So yeah, there we go. That's your continuation from episode 1. Now this episode's gonna be mostly about Husker football, and the season starts in a month. We're a month away. I think their first game is September 5th. So yeah. If you guys know anything about my Husker fandom, you should know that I used to be a diehard, avid, if they lost, it would ruin my day kind of thing. And now I'm just like, they're my sports team. I will support them until I die, no matter if they're 1-11 or 12-0. I'm going to support them no matter what. They're coming off 2 back-to-back 7-6 seasons. Matt Rule has won 5 in his first year, 6 in his second, and 7 in his third year. And these are regular season totals. So there's that. So incremental improvements. They hadn't made a bowl game in 10 years before Matt Rule got there. And it's the hype machine that normally is surrounding this program has been very quiet. Not a lot of people are happy that Matt Rule is still the coach, which I don't get. Not a lot of people are happy that, they didn't get some big name quarterback out of the transfer portal, blah, blah, blah. Husker fans are good at one thing, complaining. They're good at a lot of stuff, but they're really, really good at complaining. My general thoughts on this upcoming season, and of course, I am an optimist. I'm a Husker optimist, and I predict that my beloved Huskers are going to go 8-4 this year. I think the floor for them is six wins. I think the ceiling is 9, so I'm going to say 8. And in that 8 games, I have a hot take. They are going to beat a ranked team next year. I'm not coming out here and saying they're going to beat the defending national champion Indiana Hoosiers. I'm not coming on here and saying they're going to beat Oregon at Oregon. That's not what I'm saying. I believe at some point during the season, they will play a ranked team and they will beat them. My money right now is on Washington on Halloween in Lincoln. I think that is their best opportunity, but I think they're going to do it. 2 reasons. They now have a defensive coordinator. His name is Rob Arich. He is kind of a master at rapidly improving teams' defenses. His defense at San Diego State last year was in the top 5 in a lot of categories. And he's known for doing that. Every place he goes, he improves their defense almost instantly. And Nebraska has a bunch of athletes. They have a bunch of 4 stars, 5 stars on that defensive line, in the backfield, in the linebacker room. They have talent. So, and I think this coach is going to be able to get the best out of them. But of course, I maybe have to qualify everything and say that because I'm an optimist. I'm a Husker optimist. I believe in the best of these guys, and I think they're going to show it. Another main factor, I think, their quarterback that they got out of the transfer portal from UNLV, his name is Anthony Calandria. He is the Mountain West Player of the Year in 2025. He had 3,400 passing yards and another 600 yards on the ground. I don't know if you heard those stats, but that means he's a mobile quarterback. Nebraska has basically had a statue in the backfield the last 2 years with Dylan Raiola, who was afraid to throw the ball downfield. Anthony Calandria is not that. He is the antithesis of that. He loves throwing the ball downfield. He moves the pocket. He's mobile. He makes plays with his feet. You know, he's a gunslinger, and he's going to make some decisions where you're going, no, don't do that. And then the next drive, he's going to make an absolutely insane play where he, evades a sack, runs around for 20 yards, and then throws a 50-yard touchdown. I'm telling you, that's going to happen this season. So I'm weirdly positive on the Huskers right now. That's just because, I'm a Husker optimist and I love my team. Another player to watch on this year's team is running back Isaiah Mosey. He was a 4-star wide receiver recruit out of the Missouri area. His dad's a coach on the team. And let me just tell you, I've loved his film, and I'm not smart enough to, grade people's film. And, everybody's highlight film is going to be good because it's called a fucking highlight film. But something stood out to me, and then I saw him, receiving passes out of the backfield. I saw him breaking what seemed to be like a million tackles. He is extremely hard to bring down. He runs hard. He's shifty. I don't know. There's just something about him, dude. I think he's gonna start as probably running back 2, RB2, and then by the end of the season, he's gonna be RB1, and he's gonna have at least probably like 40 catches. So, I think he's a undervalued player that's going to make his name very much known this year. So that is my early thoughts on the Husker football team. They just started their fall practices yesterday. And, the hype train is starting to roll again, which I love. And, like I've said many times, the Nebraska football team is a very emotionally abusive relationship. where you constantly believe they're gonna be better, and they keep letting you down. And I'm really hoping that this year is the year that they kind of finally break through, win 8 games, go to a good bowl game. The momentum is high already. They got a top 15 ranked recruiting class for next year already. So, I mean, things are okay. Things are much better than people are making it out to be. And I don't know. That's just kind of the Huskers fans' MO lately. It's just to be kind of doom and gloom. And it sucks. Oh, this guy's holding up traffic because he wants to go to Burger King. Fucking loser. Anyway, that was super random. I'm going to end this podcast by kind of saying, like, it is incredible to me that I have over 100 listeners of this podcast. It's absolutely insane to me. I never in a million years thought more than 2-3 people would listen to my podcast, and here we are with over 100 listeners. And I like to joke and say, the tens of fans are super hyped for my return. And it's about 100 fans, and I've got like over 1,500 downloads. And there's part of me, like, as I already said, I'm planning on using intros and outros, and I'm trying to make it more professional. It's still going to be, that's the other thing. I did get a new mic, but I got so excited. Not excited. No, I was down in the dumps. I was so kind of all over the place this morning that I meant to grab it and use it so I could record. And I forgot it. So I'm just holding my phone in front of my face like an idiot. But yeah, so there's that. I wish, part of me wishes it would get huge and I could be my own boss, and all I had to do was make podcasts, and I would integrate like video and, all that shit that, most other podcasts do. And then there's the other part of me is like, I kind of like still being anonymous. Like, I kind of like being a niche podcast. I don't know how many people record while they drive, but I know there's not many. I know I'm one of the only ones that I know of. Well, then again, I don't really go out of my way to listen to podcasts that aren't like sports related. And I love the Basement Yard guys, Joe and Frank. But I would much rather watch their stuff because they're just entertaining to watch. They're not as entertaining to listen to. Just listen, if you don't have the video component. I love them, but like, it's better with visuals. Mine's not gonna be like that. Nobody wants to see my double chins from like the horrible shot from under where where I'm recording. But I like the anonymity. My actual like pie in the sky dream job is to be a streamer. A video game streamer that plays video games for the story, not to show how good you are at video games. I don't know. I've always thought that was weird. Like, look how good I am at video games. Watch me stream. It's like, no. Watch me stream this amazing story that involves all of these different components. I feel like that would be a good different way to be a streamer, but that sounds like a lot of effort and a lot of energy, and I'm tired. And that would require a huge commitment. I would have to quit my job. I would have to focus mainly on that. I would have to stream all day to even like gain a following. Granted, I maybe would have some people coming over from this, but it's not. Yeah. So that's episode 2 of Probably Shouldn't Be Recording This, as I just pulled up to Great Clips, because yes, I get my hair cut at Great Clips. I've missed you guys. I know I said it last episode, but this is fun. I've missed doing this. So that must mean I'm doing something right? Anyways, if you guys have to go anywhere, make sure you go with love, and I will talk to you in a little bit.